And water. Okay. Hey everybody, this is David again. We did this yesterday and I thought it went really well. Not that there were so many people on there asking me questions, but I can't imagine a better way to just reach out to people and talk about the app because, it's new. It's a new thing and, why not ask questions when you can and why not give over as much information as we possibly can as well. So it's totally unscripted. I'm just literally sitting here. I don't know. I'm going to look for it now on actually the Facebook page and see if it shows up. And interestingly, it's not. I don't know where it would be. Bear with me. Huh. Oh, there it is. Facebook Live Q&A. Give me a second. There it is. Okay, cool. So, and I can turn the volume down. Oh, there it is. Facebook Live Q&A. See that? Okay. So, I think we're going to do this literally a couple times a week until people get the hang of what the app is all about. And because we get a lot of questions. I get questions on the Facebook page. We also get support questions that come to support@mtbguru.co that we're answering. Some of the same questions have to be answered over and over again. Let me address one of the major issues that we talk about a lot. Gurus are simply locals. They're hosts. That's all they are. They're not tour guides. Gurus are not insured. They're not. They don't have the training. They don't offer first aid. They don't offer food. They don't offer transport. Any of those things. The app is essentially somewhat of a dating app. It puts together mountain bikers, people who share the same passions, who are traveling, and ultimately what you guys do together is up to you. You could literally go to the movies if you wanted for a couple hours and then some coffee. So that's what the app does. And eventually on the app, you will have a place to eat. So for instance, you go into a location, you'll put the town in the app and you'll be able to see where all the local mountain bikers hang out. Perhaps there's a special at that restaurant for mountain bikers, or it's a special day of the week that they all tend to congregate. Or maybe there's a place where you can meet up and go for a ride. So that would be on there. A place to eat, a place to sleep. We're gonna allow for people to post, whether it's a B&B, whether it's a yurt, whether it's a campsite or trailer park or a 5-star hotel, anything that caters to mountain bikers traveling and then having a good place to sleep, or at least what they perceive as a good place to sleep. Obviously, that's going to be dependent on the person. Is going to be on the app as well. Beer. I mean, all of us love good craft beer. You go to a town, you go to Bend, Oregon, and sure enough, you'll know where the local hotspots are. Perhaps there's a good deal for mountain bikers. So you can imagine where we're going with this. I mean, there's a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts. Tour companies will be on the app. Actually, it's interesting because the tour company profile was done. It was one of the first things we did. What we had discovered is that the tour companies are a little bit more complex than we had thought, because there is such a wide range of tour companies, from mom and pop operations to much larger, multi-day trips and operations like we have the one here from Las Vegas Cyclery has Escape Adventures. And, they're all over the place. They're in Bend, Oregon, and they're everywhere in the Southwest and Moab and Las Vegas. And so what they need is going to be very different than a one guy who's maybe in Santa Cruz. So who I'm thinking of. Mike, do you remember who the gentleman was that we can't recall right now? Great guy in Santa Cruz area that we hooked up with and went mountain biking with. So tour companies are going to be on the app. And that's going to be a whole different experience, a whole different type of waiver and things that have to be acknowledged between both parties. But again, gurus are locals, they're hosts, and they're just another guy who's passionate about mountain biking. So
let's bring up the concept of why there's a minimum.
Oh, yeah, so good. See, this is what I want you there for, Mike. A couple people have asked, why do I have to get paid? What is this for? The concept of the money is to, what's the word you like to use, Mike?
It's accountability.
Accountability. It's to create accountability between two parties. When we thought about this and came up with this concept, and by no means were we the first ones to do this. I mean, a lot of people have come up to me and said, man, I thought about this thing. I always wanted to do something like this. But the idea for me personally came about when I was traveling for my business trips, and I'd be like, damn, I wish I knew somebody in this town. And I mean, that theme would be repeated over and over again. Sometimes I say damn, sometimes I say crap, sometimes I say I wish I knew somebody in this town. But nonetheless, you get the point. I wanted to know somebody in that town. For all the reasons that you can imagine. You know, you're a mountain biker. Mountain bikers understand things differently than the rest of the world. We're a different breed. So that $10, and by the way, there's meetup groups which are fantastic. We got one in Las Vegas that I've attended, of course. I was the president of Southern Nevada Mountain Bike Association here. We had group rides all the time. There's meetup. Oh, shop rides. By the way, shop rides are going to be on the app. Meetup group rides are going to be on the app. So there will be opportunities like that. But the difference is that when you're traveling, you cannot always accommodate whatever it is that the meetup group might have, whatever that particular ride is, or the shop ride. There's time is money, as they say, and when you're traveling, it's precious. And to know that you can meet with somebody and enjoy time with them as a fellow mountain biker and get shown around is, how do you put a price on that? So we put that price in there for that very reason. And really, it's a wide range. This isn't going to make your average person rich. The minimum is $10 an hour. We let you decide what you want the maximum to be. Some people think that they're worth a couple $100 an hour. And by the way, another thing we're going to have is celebrities or verified. I think is that what they use on Instagram, Mike? Verified. We're going to be using verified in our app eventually. We're going to have a lot of icons that are going to distinguish gurus from one another. Any kind of characteristic that you might have, there'll be an icon that matches that characteristic or that history that you may have or that specialty that you feel that you're good at will be on there. And to give you an example, there's going to be a time soon when you'll be able to donate all your money to a local trail organization or a larger national trail organization like the Sustainable Trails Coalition or IMBA or NICA. I'm such a big fan of NICA and Sustainable, all of them I'm a big fan of. But you'll be able to actually donate your money. So those of you who don't like to take any money, you certainly can do that at some point. We're not ready, it's not built yet, but we're heading in that direction. What else, Mike? Does anybody have questions? Oh, I see. Hey, Martine, how are you? Martine, it's good to see you here. So she's on there. We don't expect a lot of people to be showing up on these things yet, but if you are out there and we're lucky and you've got a question, then please feel free to type it up here. In the future, I think what we'll do is we'll just sort of we'll have the planned dates. So people will know, hey, I got a question. Doesn't that guy get on here, every Thursday at which time?
Or you could submit your questions ahead of time. We'll have a question submission.
Even better. Or you can submit your question ahead of time, and if I can answer it, I'll try to answer it. If I can't, I'll find someone who can. Some questions are legal questions. I'd rather legal guys answer that. Some questions have to do with, technological aspects of the app that perhaps are just over my head.
And let's just mention the mobile verification. We're going to make it easier for those that can't get in.
Yeah, most people who are on... Okay, so yeah, these are Facebook people who may not have necessarily downloaded the app yet, but that was an issue we found was that we had a very complex verification process. We wanted to do that, but we realized that became a hindrance to people downloading the app and getting in there. And so we're actually going to simplify that dramatically. That's going to be pushed out on Friday. I do want to mention the open calendar again. We mentioned it on the previous show that we put out yesterday. But one of the main things, I would say this is the thing that has really, was sort of the most annoying to me is that people download the app, they set their calendar, and then they forget about it. And so they set it for let's say a month, and then they forget about it. And you can't book somebody, and you cannot even request a booking unless they have a calendar date. So all of you who are out there that might watch this, please understand that you have to have dates selected and times. However, we're going to make it easier for you because on Friday, we're also going to push into the App Store an update that will include what we call the open calendar or the hit me up. That's going to allow people to not worry so much about the calendar so that they can set their dates that they know they're going to be ready for, but they can also make themselves available for a traveler to hit them up. And just say, you know what, I'm open, I'm very flexible and with my job and my business, so I'd love for somebody to contact me and take the opportunity to show someone around. Yeah, what else, Mike? That's good. You're so good behind the camera.
The Jags.
Jags, okay. The shirt, the sign, we're kind of Those of you who haven't heard yet, we're going to be moving from MTB Guru to Jags, Jagz. I've talked on Facebook with some people about the reasons we're doing that, but I don't mind giving you a quick summary. Basically, we found that MTB and Guru, the two words that make up the name, are just very commonplace. They do not give enough identity to our company. And we're going to be launching a cycling app in just over a month. And we need something that's more expansive that will allow us to go into other areas other than just mountain biking, which happens to be my favorite. But the cycling world is a lot larger than mountain biking. I think we're going to throw some polls up on Facebook soon as well to get some feedback on some things that we'd like to add to the app. Maybe get suggestions from people out there. Anybody else asking questions here? So many questions being asked at the moment that there's so many I'm not even going to answer them right now. I'm just going to come back to them later. Okay, I think that'll be it for now.
Android coming soon.
Android, see, you're so good, Mike. Android is coming soon. We're working hard on it. We've got extra developers working on it on the Android. We've had so many people ask about it, and in fact, I was just in Prescott the week before. I was in Monterey at these big events, Sea Otter and then the Whiskey. And it's probably 50% of the people have Androids. So, and then of course international, we're going international real soon as well. International, I think we're going to be in Canada and English-speaking countries within a couple weeks. And Android should be a month or so, okay? So we're getting there, guys. We're working our tails off. I do want to put out isn't it called an APP? What's it called?
API.
Not an API. APP, whatever. If there's anybody out there that knows people that are developers and mountain bikers, it'd be really cool to have a team of developers that actually mountain bike. So if anybody knows app guys who mountain bike, I would love to meet them. They can get us via email or through Facebook. I'd really appreciate that. There was another request I wanted to ask people for.
Ernest Ryder says it's called an APK.
It is? Wait, what does APK? What does APK stand for?
We'll look it up. Hey, Ernest, why don't you tell us what APK stands for?
Come on, baby, give it to me.
He might have left.
Oh, he's gone already? All right. So developers, photographers, videographers, we're going to sort of step up our social media presence soon. We talked about Android. Gosh, no, I feel like there's one more thing. I'm sorry. Bear with me. There's another biggie. By the way, we're having a launch party. If you happen to be in Las Vegas, we're having a launch party this Saturday night at this awesome new restaurant that's catering to mountain biking. They're the type of restaurant that's going to be on the app. It's in Blue Diamond, and it's going to be from 5 to 7 in Blue Diamond, Nevada, which is a cute little town in Red Rock Canyon. We're having a launch party there. If you happen to be in Vegas, please join us. Pizza and beer on the house by Guru Media, Jags. Okay, we'll wrap it up. Next time, maybe I'll have a script, so just go a little smoother. But please do leave some feedback on this video. You can ask questions right under this video, and we'll get to it. We'll answer them. Okay?
Also, it looks impressive to have like papers that you like put on your desk.
Just like a news guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, thank you everybody, and until next time, we'll set a schedule. Look forward to talking to you people. Bye bye.